What is up, Karma Nation? Welcome to our Monkey Knife Fight podcast. I'm here. My name is Joey with my co-host Ethan, ready to talk some college hoops, some NBA, and some NFL on this Tuesday afternoon. And first things first, Ethan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Had a rough last couple of days. Lost some props by literally a yard or point 0.5. So looking to bounce back this week. I feel pretty confident about college basketball tonight. I think there's some lines that are, mispriced across all sites, books and everything. But this is MonkeyKnifeFight specifically, and the play I have for college basketball today, I love a ton. So I can't wait to get into it.
All right, yeah, excited. I missed my NBA night last night was kind of rough because I focused on the Kings-Suns game. And, of course, that game blew out, and Luke Walton didn't put Holmes back in even when they started to come back. And he just needed one more rebound to go over. So, ready to bounce back today with some good Monkey Knife Fight plays. We got some freebies for you tonight. So head over to monkeyknifefight.online. If you're not familiar with this site, I know a lot of our subs plays Prize Picks, but monkeyknifefight.online is a great site. If you use promo code KARMA, they'll match your deposit bonus up to $100. So if you deposit $100, they will match that, and your account will be brought up to $200. So, and on top of that, Monkey Knife Fight is offering payout boosts from 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. So when this pod comes out, they should be out. It's only on select props, and they're boosting those 2 for 2s, those 3.6x props. Those are going to go up to 4x. And I believe those 3x ones, those are normally at 3.2x, those rapid fires. So come check them out. They got boosted payouts and deposit match. So great site to join. And if you're not in our Discord yet, go to dfskarma.com/chat. That's a free Discord. We have free channels and premium channels. If you want those premium channels, head over to dfskarma.com/pricing. Head over to the props tab. We're currently running a sale. All props packages are $34.99 a month. So once you sign up for those, send me a DM in Discord and I can get you into those premium channels. And on top of that, you get our Prize Picks projections tool, which you're comparing our projections portal. Those go to the Prize Picks projections. Easy to read. They're listed from differential percentage. So those green ones are going to show up 15% or more. They're going to show up green. And last night on our primetime Monday Night Football, those went 5-1. So great edge you can find with our projections there. So first we're going to start off with some college hoops. What are you looking at today?
Okay, so we're going to go to the Star Shootout game. It's the only one there for the main games. And I'm looking at the 2 for 2 rapid fire fancy points. I believe there's a huge edge in this one. So looking at Duke's Banchero, he has a 0.5 fancy point bonus compared to Martin. Well, Banchero is the best freshman basketball player in the entire country. He even might be the player of the year. This guy is unbelievably good. And if you watch him tonight, you're going to be very impressed. He is going to be the main scorer, main everything. He does it all for Duke. So I'm very excited to see him play tonight. But most fancy sites have him projected for around 30 fancy points. And Martin is only projected for around 23, 24. So that's a huge edge you're getting in projections already. And rumor is Martin is already in the doghouse for the coach. So Martin did not start the preseason game. He came off the bench. And if that continues tonight, then I only see him playing around 20 minutes, maybe even less. So I think Banchero over Martin is a lock tonight. So that's one reason why I like this play a lot. And also on the other side, you have McCormack going up against Wheeler. I like David McCormack in this one. Kansas is going to need his scoring, his rebounding, his everything, and he's going to play 30-plus minutes probably against Michigan State. Wheeler for Wildcats is more of a ball handler, assist guy. He's not much of a scorer or rebounder, so his fantasy points is just not going to be too high. And we actually have McCormack around 27 fantasy points, and Wheeler is more around 21, 22. So, again, you get a pretty big edge just from projection base only in this game. So I love this rapid fire a lot between these two. And I also don't hate taking Banchero over 16.5 points. On the sports books, he's 17.5. Last night we got him at like 14.5. Like I said, this guy's going to score probably 20 plus points tonight. He's a beast. You'll watch him tonight, Joey, and he's got future NBA written all over him. We'll probably be playing him in NBA props next year. So that is, though, my favorite play for college basketball tonight. Only 2 games on MonkeyKnifeFight, so kind of have to get creative, but I'm sure they'll add more college basketball props as we go throughout the year. So, but that's my 2 for 2. I'm locking in.
Yeah, you can get a nice edge early in the season. This is opening night, right?
Yeah, opening night. So, there's a lot of unknowns still, but based off what we've seen in preseason, who's starting, who's not, and some usage from last year for guys who did play last year, you can kind of gather an edge early on. So that's what we're hoping for tonight.
Yeah, get those early lines in. Usually there's a lot more line movement in the beginning because sites don't really know to project these guys until they get like 2 weeks into the season and they get a ton of data. So you can get some nice edges early on in the season. So now we can move on to NBA. We only have 3 games tonight since it's a Tuesday night. Tuesday and Thursday is normally 3 to 5 games. Normally don't see anything lower than 5 or 4, but we got a rare 3-game slate tonight. I guess since it's college basketball, they given a lot of these NBA guys the night off to watch their teams and give college the edge there. But even with 3 games, there's really only 1 game I really want to target. We got 2 potential blowouts, even though the spreads in the Utah game's 8 points and the Philly game's 5.5. Both Philly and Atlanta are on back-to-backs, and both of them are playing 2 of the top teams in the league. Philly's going to be without Embiid and Harris again, so they're playing a bunch of their backups, even though they got some good scorers. It's the defending champs in the Bucks, so we could see the blowout there, even though it's 5.5. Like the Bucks 5.5 there. Then the Utah game, even though the Hawks have their full team, Utah's their full team. We saw a blowout early in their season. Utah won by 18, so you could see both those games blowing out, even though both of them are single digits spreads, because those back-to-backs are tough, especially those road back-to-backs. And with those blowouts last night, talked about it earlier, Holmes, they really screw over your overs. If you're an under better, blowouts are great. But if you like the overs like me, if you have a DFS background, you focus more on those overs because you want to cheer for people instead of cheering for unders. Even though unders are more efficient, overs are funner to cheer for.
I like unders.
Yeah, unders, it's proven time over time that they're the better play. But it's tough to go under on those studs. I'm actually locking in 2 unders tonight, even though it's the game I don't think is going to blow out. I still think they're a little over-projected. So what I'm looking at is the LA Clippers versus Portland Trailblazers game. It's a 2 for 2. Right now it's 3.6x. They might have it at 4x later on.
It's actually 4x right now. It just moved.
That prop's 4x already?
Yes.
3 minutes till happy hour or whatever they call it. Getting it early, so we'll get this pot up as soon as possible so you can get that in. What I'm looking at is Damian Lillard under 25.5 points, and I'm pairing that with Zubac under 7.5 rebounds. You have to scroll over a little bit to find it. It's not the first prop that pops up. What I'm looking at for Dame just has not been himself this season. Season high is 26 points. Usually that's on the lower end of what he's scoring, usually getting his projections at 29.5. Sometimes it even gets over 30. In these easy matchups. His field goals are pretty similar. He's only averaging 1 less field goal a game, but his free throws are way down. You've seen this year with the trend, they're calling less fouls. Those pump fake fouls where you don't make a basketball move, they're calling way less of those. So you're seeing way less free throws, way less scoring from the stars like Trae Young, James Harden, Damian Lillard, who thrive on this just because they had such a great ball fake. They can get defenders up in the air, but just not seeing it that much this season, and also his field goal percentage is way down. He's below 30%, so you could see some regression, but I'm still going to ride out this under. Bet is under a couple times already this season, and it's hit. And we've already seen these teams play twice, and Damian Lillard went under those games both times. In fact, both those games were got a little out of hand, but they did play most of the fourth quarter. And then what I'm looking at on the other side is Zubac under 7.5 rebounds. Portland's the 3rd best rebounding team in the league in terms of rebounding percentage. They're rebounding 53% of those rebounds, so centers are having a tough time rebounding against them. except for two centers had a good time, but they were one of the best rebounders in the league. Drummond had 15 against them, and we know how good Drummond is. He had 25 rebounds last night.
Yeah, he went off.
One of the best rebounders in the league. So you expect he got 25 last night, but only got 15 against Portland. So those averages dropped for these centers. And his minutes are inconsistent. He's been up and down this season. He went over 2 straight games just because he's seeing 30-plus minutes, but I'm expecting those minutes to go back down. This has led to unders in 5 out of the 9 games this season, and 2 of those overs, he only got to 8 rebounds, so he just barely squeaked over. So 7 out of 9 games, he's gotten 8 or less rebounds. He went over and under against them in the 2 meetings already. The over was a 30-point blowout. So in those blowouts, the blowing out team, the leading team, is more likely to get more rebounds for their center just because the team getting blown out most likely is missing shots to lead to a blowout. So normally their rebounds get inflated, and he only got to 8 that, so he just barely squeaked over. And he played his full minutes. He got 24 minutes that game, which you normally see him only get max out around 26 unless coach is really pushing him over 30, which is rare. So that's what I'm looking at, 2 unders. I got Lillard 25.5 and Zubac under 7.5, and hopefully that is still boosted for you when you watch. And now I think, Ethan, we're going to touch on a little NFL as well.
Yeah, so we'll touch on the Thursday night game. It's Baltimore versus Miami. If you watched the Miami-Houston, Texas game last week, I feel sorry for you.
That was ugly.
It was ugly. I think there's 9 combined turnovers in that game, which is the most all year, in a single game.
Everyone went over their props though, except for Cooks. He got 12 targets, but just he couldn't get it. He got over receptions, but Tyrod just could not hit him.
Yeah. So what I'm looking at though for this game is Baltimore is going to beat the Dolphins, plain and simple. Easily. Yeah, easily.
Unless Tua goes off.
So if Miami cannot run the ball on the Texans, which Miami clearly could not, they're definitely not going to run it on Baltimore, who has one of the top best defenses, rush defenses in the league. I don't even think they'll even try. I don't see why you would, Joey.
They shouldn't. Myles Gaskins looked bad last game against the worst run defense in the league.
What's that?
Houston's the worst run defense in the league, and they made Gaskin made him look great.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't see how Gaskin runs at all in this game.
20 attempts for 34 yards. That's ridiculous.
That's pitiful. So I'm looking at Gaskin under rushing yards, and Dolphins' rush defense is really bad too. Now, the last couple of weeks, the numbers look a little bit better than what you would think, but look at who they played, Joey. Texans, garbage rush offense. Bills just refused to run it for some reason. Falcons also try not to run it for some reason.
Fuck Mike Davis.
Yeah, exactly. So they haven't really played anybody, so that makes their last couple games look a bit better than what it truly is. But that rush defense is bad, and we all know Baltimore has one of the best, if not the best, overall rush offenses in the league. So I fully expect Freeman to get his. Le'Veon Bell looked good last week. I expect Le'Veon Bell to get his. Murray did not practice Monday through the walkthrough, and it sounds like he is not going to play this week either. So if you want to wait and make sure he's out, you can, but I feel pretty confident he's not going to play. Tua is also questionable. I'm not sure if he'll play. So where I'm leaning, Joey, is over on the rushing attack for Baltimore, under the rushing attack on Miami, over passing yards on Miami receivers and stuff. And that rapid fire looks very juicy to me. Freeman gets the 14.5 rushing yard advantage for some odd reason. I don't know why. And then Waddle gets the 2.5 receiving yards. That one's a little bit tougher for me because, Marquise Browns can always hit a deep pass. But overall, I expect Waddle to get more targets, more usage because Miami's just going to have to throw the ball a ton. I expect the Ravens just to run a lot in the second half. So that's kind of where my thoughts are on that. Join me and Joey in Discord where we will drop our official plays either – what's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yeah, probably tomorrow, that or Thursday morning. But I'm really I feel like I have a good read on this game for a great game script side.
I definitely agree with that. The receivers is tough. If it was receptions, I'd definitely go with that. I'd take Waddle, even if Brown was getting 1.5 catches. But you said Waddle was the underdog for that one.
No, well, Waddle has a 2.5 receiving yard advantage.
Yeah, so you
It's
might
just
get 10 receptions for like 60 yards.
yeah,
You never
and
know with that, man. But yeah, I definitely agree. Baltimore is allowing the most passing yards in the league.
yeah,
Miami was second. I haven't checked this week, but that was the stats last week. So
yeah. Miami's
um,
third.
now they're third. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
line passing
Tyrod
yards. So
sucked.
yeah, so Baltimore really could do whatever they want on offense against Miami, probably. But just history wise, Baltimore loves to run the ball. They're good at it. So I just expect them once they get the lead, a big enough lead, especially second half, they're just going to run the ball a ton, kill some clock. It's Thursday night. It's a short week. Let's not drag the game out any longer than it needs to be. Kill some clock, Baltimore, get some first downs, and head home with the win.
Yeah, Miami defense just in general is bad. So you get to do
Yeah.
whatever you want, and Baltimore will be glad to have 200 rushing yards in this game, and they easily can. So if Murray is out, which I assume he's out if he's missing Monday, check on injury report today. Just double check that when they release that. If he's out of practice again, he's definitely missing some
Yeah.
short. Might have played Sunday, but these short weeks usually they'll miss again. Yeah, definitely agree with that. We'll have more, like you said, in our Discord, dfskarma.com/chat. Don't chat as much in the free stuff, but if you go over to dfskarma.com/pricing, again, go to that props tab, and you can check out pricing there. We got weekly for NFL, then we got monthly and year long. If you get the year long, you save about 2.5 months worth of subscription. So if you're in for the long term, that's definitely where you want to look for there. And again, thanks for tuning in. If you like the video, like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this content. These lines do move quickly, so make sure to turn on those notifications so you do not miss out on any of these props. And we will see you all, I guess, tomorrow for more podcasts.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Good luck tonight, everybody. See ya.
See ya.